Hello and welcome to Life in Architecture. My name is Daniel and I thought I'd do a quick little video here. I'm at this plaza. It's called Manuel Perez Jr. Memorial Plaza, and I'll show you around here a little panorama. It's really beautiful here. This is about a block and a half away from where I grew up, here in the little village neighborhood of Chicago. And every time I come through here, specifically on slow days, maybe in the afternoon when things aren't, people are working and there's not as much commotion, not like late in the evening or on the weekends where it gets really, really busy here. I like hanging here in the quiet hours because there's not a lot of people here, and there's something about this plaza is really beautiful. I mean, they really made it for the space of what it is. Really, really beautiful, right? And it's funny because growing up, I'm not sure how it is now, but growing up here, my parents and my mom and elders would always warn us against coming to this plaza because apparently there was all kinds of stuff going on here. It was very well known that there were the unhoused here, however you'd term them, and there was folks here that looked like they had maybe some type of mental health issue and even some substance abuse issues, just hanging out here. So it was strictly prohibited to come here, and even as an adult, you kind of it kind of feels like I'm being a little bad, right, to come here, but I can't help but take in kind of the beauty and serenity of this plaza, and I never really knew what it was about, what the dedication was about. I do know, right, from reading some history of Little Village, that this area was a Bohemian settlement in the late 1800s, early 1900s, all the way into the 1950s. And I guess around the turn of the 1900s, it began to be settled by Mexican Americans, myself being one. So, the little is left from the Bohemian period here, except for the names of the streets, which were all named for folks and things dedicated and related to that culture. Interestingly enough, Pulaski Road, which is right down the road here, was named for, I believe, a famous Polish figure, maybe like a military general. And that was based on the Polish population that was a little bit south of here, because that Pulaski runs, it's one of the longest running blocks within the city. So apparently there was always a little feud between the Bohemians and Polish. And Chicago is very rich with segregation and with groups of folks that kind of stayed with each other and kind of distrusted of other groups, which is not atypical for a big city, right? For example, New York City. And if you guys have ever seen Gangs of New York, things got really interesting. I recommend that movie, Gangs of New York. So what am I trying to say here? So this used to be a Bohemian kind of enclave in Chicago, and the Bohemians kind of pushed southwest, and kind of now those the I guess you'd say the progeny, the children and grandchildren of those folks mostly now reside on the southwest suburbs of here, like a little further down to Berwyn, LaGrange, Brookfield, some of the western suburbs here that it's interesting now. Mexican Americans are also following that similar migration path, right? Trying to get out of this area, because as beautiful as it seems, it's also wrought with all the things that come with an under-resourced area, right? So that I just kind of wanted to make this video about kind of a little bit of the history, and also talk about, this is called the Manuel Perez Plaza, right? And I was just reading over here, like, who was Manuel Perez, and apparently he was a heroic figure, like super heroic figure, Army airborne guy, who in World War II, Mexican American, that was from this neighborhood in the 1920s. World War II did some acts of incredible valor. Basically charged machine guns that were being fired upon him by the Japanese, and just ran kind of selflessly to protect his fellow brothers in arms, and suppress that artillery fire. I think he exploded like 11 of 12 bunkers and guns that were firing upon his position. Very interesting. Me having been a Marine, I know what I know. These kinds of stories are told to us, and while I didn't have any direct fire incidents, like live fire incidents, thank God, I was very well aware that was one of the things that I could expect, right? But how beautiful, and World War II was kind of one of these last wars that were, was kind of, you can objectively say that it was for a good cause, right? It was kind of one of the last wars. People might disagree with me. I'd be interested to, hear from people and kind of what their thinking is of the wars that followed there, right? But just kind of wanted to give you a little view here of this plaza, and also for those that have made it past these 6 minutes, I want to say that I'm going to be putting out this block of four-part series of videos that is incredibly important for anybody that's starting in real estate and wants to get a start and get a step up and to own their own property, their own home, their own condo, their own townhouse. This block of 4 videos that I made, I'm going to release them, maybe time released, and they're probably only going to be up for maybe 6 months or a year, because I feel like they're so good that I'm eventually going to probably turn it into some type of paid content. It won't be anything crazy, but that's sort of kind of how it is when you're wanting to help people. You kind of have to charge for things to make sure that the person's going to be fully bought in. So I might charge $30-$50, something like that. But for the folks that are catching it early, it's going to be absolutely free, completely free. And I hope that you guys take advantage of this, because it's the culmination of probably 15-20 years of education in real estate condensed to 4 videos. There's some nice nature and scenery there. So that's about it. For now, I will leave you from my childhood neighborhood, 26th Street. We're on 26th and Kildare here. That's about it. Peace, folks.